Wait a minute. Oh, there it goes. The picture is terrible and dark. Why is that?
Just the camera.
Okay, there it goes.
Right.
Thank you.
So you can see to start talking at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to just say welcome?
Yeah.
Check the sound is on.
All right.
Can I just come up?
Yes. Go more.
Okay, you can go all the way up. Can't jump past 5, right?
Just wait a couple of minutes and set up joined. Okay, it's 4 o'clock, so we will begin our session today. Welcome. My name is Kathleen, and I am volunteer with Hands to Heart Center. And this is Hands to Heart Center in the Boston Public Library. It's a 60-minute Friday Unwind gentle yoga. So welcome. Hands to Heart Center Yoga for the People is a nonprofit organization that shares the healing practice of yoga with those affected by addiction, poverty, and trauma in the greater Boston area. And Hands to Heart Center is grateful for and thanks the Boston Public Library for this partnership to bring this virtual project to life. So with that said, we will start. Just going to put that away. Again, my name is Kathleen. I'm honored to be here today. This is the first time I've taught the Friday yoga. Actually, the first time I've used YouTube. I'm much more used to Zoom. So I did a little early to make sure everything worked. But here we go. I'm going to invite you to find a comfortable seated position. I'm crossing my right leg over my left in crisscross position. If that's not comfortable for you, you are absolutely welcome to sit with your legs bent and forward, or legs long and forward. You may find it necessary or more comfortable to grab a blanket to sit up a little bit. So please do the needful. We'll give you a minute to organize yourself. And from there, we will bring hands to the knees, palms up. This is an option. You're welcome to keep your hands by your side or in your lap. I'm suggesting they're here, receiving and open for our session. I invite you to close your eyes. Again, it's an invitation. You are welcome to keep your eyes open, gaze soft. And we'll just take a few minutes to settle and be present with our breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. A very steady, very familiar pattern that we often take for granted. So bring attention to your breath for a few minutes to bring yourself to the mat and to the moment. Now in your next breath, let's bring it a little bit deeper, take it a little bit longer. So we'll inhale through the nose, throat, ribs, right down into the belly, really filling up. Feel that breath lighten and lift your spine. And then on the exhale, let it go, traveling from the belly, through the ribs, the throat, and out the nose. Just a little more attention to that breath, filling us up. Inhaling through the nose, long, slow, deep. And then an exhale, traveling from the belly, through the ribs, out the throat and nose. Let's take that one more time. Inhale, think of it as a filling breath, top to bottom, side to side, back to front. And an exhale, keeping the length, keeping the width, letting it go. From here, return to your natural breath, just this steady rhythm. And I invite you to open your eyes if you'd like now. Blink them open if they were closed. Keep the gaze soft. And we'll turn the hands to face the knees. Again, you're welcome to place your hands by your side. Be aware of the texture of wherever your hands land, your knees, the mat. Just take a moment with that. And we'll start movement by bringing our focus over to the right. Little rotation of the neck. And then back to center. We'll do that to the left and center. Again, inhale and exhale. You're welcome to linger at any point. If you need perhaps to breathe into a tight spot, find a little stretch. We'll take one more over to the left and center. From here, let's tip the ear to the right shoulder. And center. This is a little tighter for me, this motion. So again, if there's a place or a side you need to stay and linger to bring breath and stretch, please do. If you'd like to go a little bit quicker, please do. One more time. And left. Inhale, come to center. Now we'll take it into a little half moon circle. So right shoulder, chin to chest, left shoulder. If this doesn't feel good, you can certainly return to one of the first two variations. You can always find neutral and center. The spine stays long, the chest stays open. You breathe. We have one more sweep over to the left. This time on our return, we'll bring the chin to the chest, pause here. Feel a gentle stretch to the neck, the back of the neck perhaps. And then lift the chin, gaze out, returning to our start. On the inhale, let's lift the right arm. And take a moment here to feel the stretch from fingertip running down the arm, through the armpit, right down to the sit bone. And then take that into a twist. We'll land the right arm, right hand on the left knee, right hand behind. Find length on the inhale. Exhale, find the twist. It's gentle, spiraling. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist. Again, inhale and exhale. Perhaps you've hit the point where you need to stop your maximum rotation. So just be there, breathe into that position, and finish. Good. On the next inhale, you're going to lift your arm up, returning to center in that long stretch. Exhale, go up and over to the side. So a different sensation, a little more open on that right side body. You can stay here and explore that feeling. If you'd like to bring some movement to the neck, lift the chin to the sky and down. Be careful and mindful of your left shoulder. Easy, no congestion. And one more time. And release. Bring your focus back to center. Bring the arm up. Place both hands on your knees. Take an inhale. Find that lightness and lift. Exhale, roll back. You're going to hollow out the belly, opening the back body. And then you're going to inhale, roll forward, lift the chest, feel an openness of the front body, engagement of the upper back. We'll take that 2 more times, moving with the breath. Exhale, roll back. Abdominal engagement, stretch to the back. Inhale, rock forward, open heart, open chest. One more time with the breath, roll back. And inhale, lift up and open. On your next exhale, come to center. Place your hands by your side, send your legs long. Release the back of the knees, and then reach the heels away. You can certainly soften your knees if you're feeling stretch in the forward fold. Be careful, it's early in our practice. With the inhale, find more length. Exhale, maybe a little more release. One more time, inhale. I feel a sense of length and lift so that I can go a little deeper on my exhale. We'll stay in this final position for an inhale. And exhale. And on your next inhale, lift head, lift chest, walk your fingertips back, bring yourself to a vertical spine. We'll rock back just a bit so we can change legs. If you're seated cross-legged, Find your left leg in front of your right. If you prefer with your legs forward, that is your choice. We'll start with our left arm lifting up, finding that stretch on the left side body. From here, you're going to twist over to the right. It's up, it's around, placing the left hand on your right knee, your right hand slightly behind. Take an inhale to find the length, evenness on both sides of the torso. Exhale to twist any amount. As I said on the other side, if you found your maximum amount of rotation, you stay there, you breathe into that. You focus on length. We'll take one more inhale and spiral any amount. And then on your next breath, you lift your arm back to center, you bring yourself back to vertical and front. Let's go up and over, taking the side bend, lateral flexion, perhaps feeling a little more sensation on the left side of the body from fingertip to sit bone. Be mindful of your left shoulder that it has, or right shoulder that it hasn't ridden up to your ear. And then if you'd like to stay here and just explore the stretch, you're welcome to do that. If you'd like to bring some movement to the neck, we lift the chin to the sky and rotate to the mat. Two more like that. You're also welcome to return to your vertical. This is a pretty big stretch, opening the side body. One more time. And down, good. Bring your focus center, lift your top arm, settle into your neutral vertical. Let's send the legs out one more time. Little release to the back of the knees, find the length and forward fold. Again, inhale, make space, exhale, fold. This may feel a little bit different, just being that much warmer, having been here once before. But be mindful, be careful, work with your own limitations. Take an inhale here. We'll stay for the exhale, going any amount deeper. And then on your inhale, walk with your hands back to a vertical spine and settle. Beautifully done. We're going to sweep our legs around and come into a tabletop position. I'd like to remind you before we start moving that you are always welcome to come to child's pose. You are always welcome to sit in stillness. You make the choices for your practice today. So finding our neutral alignment in our tabletop position, hands under shoulders, fingertips pressed into the mat, long spine just as if we were seated. Take an inhale, we'll move into our extension here, reaching the chest towards the front edge of the mat, feeling the shoulder blades drive in towards the midline and the belly release. And now release the tail, round the spine. It's similar to what we did in our seated position. Feel the roundness here, push the floor away, and then lift the tail, roll through your spine, coming into your extended position. Keep the arms strong and do it again. Drawing the belly in, rounding the spine, feeling the back body open. We'll do it one more time, landing in our cow position right here. Pause for a beat. Feel the sense of openness through your chest, the strength of your arms, your fingertips gently pulling back. And now, keeping that width across your chest, move your frontal ribs towards your frontal hips until you find that long neutral spine. From here, you're going to slide your right foot out. We're keeping the tabletop position minus that one knee, square hips, long spine, heel reaches back. You may feel sensation in your back leg. We're going to take a little movement in the ankle, just flexing and pointing, rocking back and forth for 3, and 2, and 1. Bringing it back to our start position. If you'd like to stay here, you're welcome to. If you would like some movement in that right leg, you're going to lift the heel towards the sky and tap down. Again, as the heel reaches back, you may feel sensation of stretch, of tightness in your back leg. Maybe not. And 3, the belly is toned, the arms are strong. 2, 1 more. You're going to hold it here, reach through the ankle, reach through the toe, bend your knee, return. Now let's just sit back on the heels for a moment, circle the wrists. Sometimes this is needed. We've been in tabletop for a few minutes. Shake it out, and then we're going to go back and reestablish our tabletop position. Take that moment, strong arms, long spine. Let's reach the left leg out and away. You're on the balls of the feet, the toes. You're going to rock back and forward. Back and forward. You can feel, or I feel, perhaps you do as well, the stretch to the back of the leg, the engagement of the quadricep for that nice long engaged leg. We'll take 1 more, shifting back, coming to neutral, and exploring movement by lifting that back leg just about hip height. Beautiful. And 3, keeping the tone of the belly. Don't let gravity pull you down. Good. 2 more. 1 more. Now reach through the ankle, the toe, and release. 1 more time. Sit back. You can shake out the wrist, little jazz hand. And then we're returning to our tabletop. This time we're going to tense the fingers. This will give you a little space to draw your right foot forward. You can bring your hands to your right thigh to sort of climb up into your runner's lunge, a low lunge. I want you to feel your back hip stretching, your left hip stretching and open. If you need to pad your knee, please do. We're going to be here for just a moment. From here, let's place the left hand on the thigh. We'll reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Same stretch that we had earlier, stomping down into your right heel. You're going to lift up to go out as if you want to touch the wall in front of you. And then you release to the mat, both hands outside of your right foot. Let your knee rest in your armpit and your head and neck fall forward. If this makes you dizzy at all, lift your head, keep your neck long. Otherwise, release the tension, release any maybe worry that has creeped in over the course of the week. We stay here for 3, gentle breath, 2, and 1. From here, you'll reach that right arm up. You're in a long line. Place the hand on your right knee and lift yourself up. You're back in your lunge. Lift your left arm up. Feel the stretch on your left side, and now we take a side bend. You can go as deep as you're able to, and perhaps you'll feel the stretch in your left hip flexor just a little bit more, the front of that left leg and hip. We'll stay here for 3, and 2, and 1. Sweep that left arm down. It surrounds, both hands surround your feet, your front foot. Curl your left foot under, toes under. Reach through your leg. Now you're welcome to come to tabletop, directly to tabletop. Or if you'd like, Slide your right foot back and come to a plank position. Either way, we hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees if you're in the plank. Shift back a little bit, tense your fingers. Step your left foot forward. Climb your hands onto your thighs to come up for your lunge. To perhaps here you see it a little bit better, that my hip reaches a little bit forward to find that stretch. Your knee is padded if that's necessary. You can roll up your mat, both hands on your left knee, knee in line with your ankle. You're going to lift your left arm, same leg. Feel the length, and then reach out and forward fold. Your knee will rest in your armpit, your head releases tension. We take 3 breaths here. They can be big, they can be loud, letting go. One more breath. And then you reach, starting with your crown of the head, the chest, and then the arm. Take your right hand, place it on your left thigh so you have an assist. Come up, lower the left hand, lift the right arm up. You get that stretch from knee to fingertip. We're taking it over to the left side bend, where we stay and breathe for 3, and 2, and 1. Sweep that arm around. Place the hands outside of your left foot. Curl your toes under on the right. Reach your right heel back. You can come to tabletop or modified plank or step to plank. Modified would be here, knees down. We're going to hold for 3. Chest forward, heels back, strong engagement of the belly. 2, 1. Everyone, knees down, elbows pin in, bend and lower to the floor. You can rest your forehead on the mat. We're going to reach the right arm out, fingertips planted, left arm out, fingertips planted, legs long, tops of the feet placed on the mat. On your inhale, I want you to think about kind of rolling your collarbone like a wave, opening up, lifting up. Gaze is on a diagonal. You're in a low extension. You're going to take an inhale here. On the exhale, rotate your right shoulder and do a little dip. You can adjust your fingers, adjust your arms. On the inhale, you return center. Exhale, rotate, little dip. This is nice to open the shoulders. Perhaps you feel that, a little bit of an opening. And come center and left. Your gaze can just follow the twist. One more time, right shoulder dips. Inhale, lift, open, exhale. Beautiful, let's come center. Lower the forehead towards the mat. Bring your hands by your base rib, elbows pin in. You're going to press yourself up. We're like a wave. We're going to touch down just for a moment in our child's pose. And then the wave returns us back to our bellies. Forehead down, legs are long. Let's bring the fingertips back, arms long, in line with our hips or a little beyond. Same thing. Soften your elbows. Gives you a little more freedom in the shoulders. You're going to inhale, roll that collarbone back, open the heads of the shoulders, lift your chest any amount. You're in a low extension. It's a lot of work for the upper back. Keep the breath. We hold this for 3, 2, 1. Release your forehead, release your torso. Bring your hands by your base rib. Pin your elbows in. Again, like a wave, you roll back You meet your child's pose and then you shift forward one more time. You're on your belly, head is released. This time, we'll bring the hands back. Light touch. You certainly can stay with fingertips weighted, elbows soft. If you'd like to join me, open the heads of the shoulders, reach your chest forward, lift and lengthen. Arms are going to float up if you choose. It is an option. We hold this for 3. Breathing, being present in this moment, feeling the muscles of the back, the length of the legs, and release. Hands by your base ribs. One more time, we push back and we land. This time we stay in our child's pose. You have options here. If this is not a pose that is comfortable for you, you can take your blanket or pillow and put it between your thighs and your shins. You can come onto your back and hug your knees. You certainly can keep this stretch, this reach that we've been working and feeling throughout the session thus far. You can rest your hands, your head on a fisted hand. You can come into a pod. And once you find your position, we will stay here for 3, or your pose, or your form, and 2. Regroup 1. Beautiful. Now let's shift forward. We're back in a tabletop position. However, your hands should be an inch or 2 forward of your shoulders. If not, please bring them there. We're coming into downward facing dog. If this is not a pose for you, you're welcome to stay tabletop. You're going to curl your toes under. You're going to press into your 10 fingers and push your hips up and back. I want you to find a place where you can feel the length of the spine. For some of us, that means we need to soften the knees. If our hamstrings are saying, I'm tight, perhaps you need to soften your knees. And we'll stay here for 3 breaths. You can certainly pedal your feet out if you want a little more movement in the ankle. You can lower and lift your heels. I want you to focus on the fingertips pressing into the mat, the arms strong, the spine long, the legs in the place you need them to be to find all of that. Taking one more in, one more rooted exhale. And now you're going to walk your feet towards your hands, slowly to the front of your mat. To start, let's have the feet about sit bones distance width. You're going to clasp your elbows. We're in a ragdoll position. If this does not feel good, lift your head. Find a place that is comfortable for you. We're going to stay here for just a couple swings. Again, let's let go. Take an inhale. With the exhale, just a sounded breath. You can swing, you can say yes and no. You can let your arms release. Feel the stretch to the upper body. And then on the next breath, you're going to start to roll up, placing your hands on your thighs if you need that little support at this point. You slowly stack the spine. And you come to Tadasana. In our mountain pose, we're going to take 3 sun A variations, not the full sun A. We'll start slow and maybe get a little quicker. Up to you, you do the needful. And you remember that child's pose, tabletop, sitting still is always on offer. So arms are by your side. Feel the rootedness of your feet, the length and strength of your legs, the neutral alignment of your torso and pelvis. Just rest here for a moment. Feel the strength of Tadasana. On your next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms back and up. If you can, look up, touch palms, then dive forward into your forward fold. Soften the knees if that is necessary. From here, long spine. This is your inhale, fingertips on floor or on shins. Exhale, fold, and everyone bend your knees, sweep your arms back, lift up, look up, touch, hands to heart center. We repeat, inhale, lift up, open, look up, touch, dive forward, long spine into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Remember, knees can be bent, hands can be on your shins. Then you fold over. Everyone bend your knees, sweep up, look up, touch, hands to heart center. One more time. Sweep the arms back, lift up, look up, touch, and dive forward. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, soften your knees, fold and sweep up. Look up, touch, hands to heart center. I'm going to turn to face you. We're going to just do a little bit of balance work. So I'm going to suggest we start rooting into our left leg. Hands can remain at your heart center, can remain by your hips or on your hips or by your side. Take a moment to shift the weight into your left leg. Feel rootedness. We're going into our tree pose. So you can bring your right foot up to your ankle. You're laterally rotated, so the knee is out on an angle, not so that it twists your hips. All right, just keep those hips like headlights on the highway. From here, if that feels steady, you can bring your leg up a little higher. If that feels good, you can bring it up. I cheat a little bit and I pluck it in there with my hand. And then we find balance. It's useful to find a focal point, a drishti to hold on to. And we stay for 3. You're welcome to grow your tree. 2, 1, and hands to heart center. Lower the leg. Take a moment, feel the rootedness of both feet. Your strong mountain pose. Shift your weight to your right leg, pull up on the outer hip. When you're ready, you free your left foot. You can keep it at your ankle, you can bring it to your shin, or you can bring it up a little higher. I cheat. I press my foot into my thigh to find that stability. I lift up with my inhale. I root down with my exhale. And then perhaps you're ready to grow your tree. Remember, trees sway in the wind. Perhaps you feel a little bit of that yourself. For 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart center. Release the leg. We stand in Tadasana for just a moment, returning to a steady breath. Now we're going to step our legs open. We're going to do a couple standing poses. So I like to think of my legs about as wide, my feet as wide as my wrists. That's sort of a good gauge. We'll go to the right first. So hands on hip, you're going to turn your right leg out. I turn out from my hip. I'm going to turn my left foot in a little bit. So my left toes are pointing on a diagonal. My right toes are straight towards the front edge of my mat. My hips a little bit on a diagonal, but my ribs are towards the front line of the long line of the mat. Both of my legs are long for a moment. I'm going to inhale, open wide. and then exhale, I'm going to bend deeply into my front knee. Now here I find I need to wiggle a little bit, and you may as well, to find a nice stance. My right heel is in line with my back arch. My back hip, my left hip has a little bit of a crease here, a little bit of a ledge. So my ribs are right over my hips. If you haven't already, take your focus over your right fingertips. And we breathe. Inhale, feel that expansive breath. Exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Again. We have 3 more breaths here, holding steady, holding strong, being present, feeling the legs working, chest open, the arms reaching. 1 more inhale and exhale. Now we're going to move with the breath. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, bring your focus forward, arms overhead. And then return to your warrior 2, the breath. There, Badakanasana 2. And back up. We have 5 of these. Here's 3. Inhale, you float up. Exhale, you reach out. Try to take your focus, if you can, with each movement. Matching the breath with movement, movement with breath. 1 more time to hold. We're back in our warrior 2. Feel the reach, fingertip to fingertip. Feel the strength and power of your legs. Now turn the palm up, reach up, reverse warrior. We hold for 5, 4. Again, feeling the sensation of the right ribs opening, stretching, keeping the front knee bent for 2 and 1. Now you're going to windmill your arms around. You're going to plant your hands on the outside of your right foot, pivoting your left foot to parallel. You can go through tabletop, modified plank, or slide that foot back. Establish your plank position and hold for 3, 2, 1. Then lift the hips up and back. Press into the hands. You're back in downward facing dog. We are going to repeat the whole thing from the sun A's, the tree, and the standing poses. Maybe a little faster, maybe not. Decide as we get there. Take 1 more inhale. And then on the exhale, you're going to walk your feet towards your hands. Feet can be a little bit closer if you're feeling ready for that, or keep them sit bones distance width if that's a better option for balance. Hands, elbows connect. You can maybe switch if you remember which elbow was being held where last time. And just feel that forward fold. You can rock, you can sway your hips, you can release your arms. This is your moment. And now on your next inhale, you're going to start to roll up, placing your hands on your thighs if that's a better option. Slowly stacking, slowly opening, slowly growing, and finding Tadasana. Take a moment here. I've brought my feet a little bit closer together. That's not necessary or required. We'll begin our sun A. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep the arms back and up, look up, touch your palms, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, look up, touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, then fold, sweep the arms up, look up, touch, hands to heart center. We do it one more time. Sweep up and open. Forward fold, long spine into your forward fold. Lengthen. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Finish. Hands to heart center, Tadasana. We're going to step forward. I'm going to step forward. We're going to take our tree again, a little bit warmer maybe. You're ready for a little more time in the balance. So let's this time start with our right foot, taking the weight. We did this last time. Hands to heart center, hips by your side, either way. Your foot just slides up to your ankle. Maybe that's high enough today. Maybe that's enough of a challenge. Maybe it comes a little higher. Maybe it slides up to the inner thigh, right cheek. Hands at heart center. Hips square. Careful you're not overturning out. And then you find your rootedness. If you're ready, if you'd like, you can grow your tree. Arms can go out. Arms can go overhead. For 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart center. Lower your foot. Find weight and evenness both sides. Take a cleansing breath, regroup breath, and we'll do the other side, rooting into the left leg, pulling up outside of the outer hip. Drawing that right foot up, maybe higher, maybe not. Maybe it slides into your inner thigh and you land. You don't want necessarily to push on your knees, so above or below, hands are pressing. I press my knee into my thigh into my foot into my thigh into my foot, and it gives me a center stability. And then, again, your choice to grow your tree, to swing in the wind, to sway in the wind, to bring the arms up. 2, 3, hands to heart center, lower your foot. Beautifully done. We're going to take our warrior 2, step out, find that distance, maybe rib to ankle. This time we'll go to the left. So you're going to rotate. I'm going to my right. I think I did the other side first. Make sure you do both sides. So we're going to find our long-legged warrior 2 position. Make sure, that your heel and your arch align. You can spread your arms like wings. Take an inhale. On the exhale, you're going to bend your knee. Take a moment to align the knee and the ankle. Feel your feet spreading from each other. Feel that ledge you've created with your back hip. Your ribs are towards the long edge of your mat. Your hips a little angled towards the corner. If you haven't already, bring your focus out over your right fingers or left. I hope you do both sides. Take an inhale and exhale. We'll do that again. Inhale and exhale. We have 3 of these. On the inhale, you fill up. Exhale, you maybe go any amount deeper. Stay with the breath. Stay with the pose. Stay with the moment. Now movement with breath. Inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms up. Exhale, release. Again, inhale and exhale. I'm taking my focus. If that works for you, please do. 2 more. Lift up. Exhale, root down. 1 more time. And from here, flip your right palm. Lift up your front palm and over into your reverse warrior. Your front knee stays strong and bent. You feel the stretch perhaps quite intensely on your side body. You can take your focus forward or down, whatever makes your neck happy. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Now windmill your arms around. Place your hands outside of your front foot. Spin your back foot parallel. Come to plank position, sliding your front foot back. You're welcome to come to a modified plank. You're welcome to come to tabletop. Stay here for 3. Toe to the belly, reach the heels back, chest forward, 2. And 1. Lift the hips. Press back. Last downward dog for the day. If you want to skip it, please do come right to tabletop. We're here for 3 breaths. Maybe sounded breath. And your next inhale, lift your heels and come to the mat. Find yourself in your tabletop position just for another moment. We're going to wash that out with a cat-cow, just once. You're going to inhale, reach your chest forward. Exhale, release into your cat, your rounded spine, your opening back body. Again, inhale into your extension. Here we're going to stay. We're going to feel the chest reach forward, feel the length and strength of the arms. You're going to keep that extension in the spine, but push yourself back. Push yourself back. Finding your child's pose, and then releasing your extension. So again, find the form that serves you and feels best. We are here for 3 and 2. Return to your breath. Return to the moment. And then you're going to sit back on your heels and scoot around. We're going to be working our way to the mat, to our backs. But before we do, we're going to do a little abdominal work in a boat pose variation. All right? So to start, find your seat, the center of your seat. Again, go back to that length, using the inhale to find lightness and length in the spine. Your hands can rest on your shins or be by your side. You're going to inhale again. Exhale, you're going to roll off the sit bones, draw the belly wall in, keep your chest in focus, up and out. And then as you lift and float your right foot off the mat, you lift your palms. Your arms are long. For 3, 2, 1, lower the leg. Go right to the left, lift up, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg. Place your hands on your shins or the floor. Crown of the head leads you over. You're in a bit of a fold. And then you're going to lengthen again, using that inhale to find the lightness and length of your spine. Exhale, you're going to roll back. Now you can stick with that variation, or if you choose, you can lift both legs. This time we hold for 5, 4. You can also put your feet down and just find the scoop. 3, 2, 1. Lower the toes. Bring the hands to the shins or floor. Somewhat dive forward. And one more time with that inhale, find lightness, find lift, find length. Exhale, roll back. Reach both legs up, reach both arms forward, and hold for 5. You're still breathing. Kind of have to be present for this pose. 2 and 1. Lower your legs. Slide your hands down. And then bring yourself up and pause. Beautiful. 1 or 2 more things. You're going to bring your legs to a Badakanasana. So for some, that's way out. For some, a little bit closer. You're just going to take an inhale here. And exhale. We're staying tall. You're going to open your right leg. You're going to pull your left leg. Open your left leg. Pull your right leg a little bit closer. You're going to open up. Take an inhale. And now you're just going to do what we did earlier. You're going to lift to fold. This is a little more intense. We're in a twist. You want to keep your toes up towards the ceiling. Reach through your big toe mount and over. Let's do that one more time. So there's a lift to find length. And then you settle. We're here for an inhale and exhale. And exhale a little bit deeper. Now your next inhale, walk your hands back, bringing your spine up. Now this is optional. You have a choice. Sweep your right arm out. You can lift your left arm up, take your focus up. Or you can sweep that arm up, lift your hips up and open. And then bring it all down. Place your hand, bring your legs together. Feet together, Badakanasana. We'll do the other side. Pull your left heel in, right leg open. You're going to lift up and twist. And then again, the length comes with the inhale. The exhale, you reach and fold. Inhale, make space and fold. One more time. Inhale, make space, fold. Go where you can and stay. Stay for an inhale. Release for the exhale. Perhaps you feel a little looser, a little longer, a little more mobile at this stage. But always listen to your body. And now on your next inhale, you're going to walk your hands up. We're going to come to vertical. You know your options here. You can just lift your chest, bring your left hand out and back. If you're choosing, you lift up into wild thing. And then you release around, bring your feet together. Last time you're in Badakanasana. I'm going to change here. Sitting up, bring your hands to your knees, close them. Hands behind the thigh, you're going to roll back. We're transitioning to the mat. About to go downstream, not quite yet. Very nice. I'm just centering myself. Find your neutral. Draw your heels in just a little bit closer. We're going to take 2 or 3 hip rolls. So again, inhaling here, you're going to stomp into your feet and peel your spine off the mat. I just want to do this much. Just rolling up, keeping throat open, and then exhale, rolling down. Resisting to some degree that return to get that length, to get that feeling of stretch. 2 more. You're going to imprint and roll up. And then you soften and resist the return and roll down. Do it one more time. So rolling up, literally peeling your spine off the mat, pausing at the top, and then softening and rolling down. Beautiful. Take your right foot, cross your left ankle or left knee, just above the knee. This may be enough of a stretch. We're doing a figure 4 variation. You may want to stay here. If you'd like a little more stretch, bring your left knee to your left shoulder or that direction. You can use your right elbow to gently coax the right leg open. If this is feeling good, stay here. If you'd like a little hamstring stretch on the left, reach your left heel to the ceiling. And we'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wherever you are, place your left foot down. Cross your right over the left like you're sitting in a chair. Press into your left foot, lift your hips, swing them to the right, and then let your knees go over to the left. It's a gentle Spiral stretch. Arms can be goalpost. If this is too tight, uncross your knees. We're staying just for a couple of counts, beats, breaths. And then you'll bring your knees back to center. If they're crossed, uncross. Center yourself on the mat. Cross your left leg over your right. Take your left hand, gently coax the thigh out. This may be enough. You may want to stay here today. If you'd like to pull your right knee in towards your right shoulder, you're going to feel a little more sensation, perhaps on that outer hip, outer left side. This may be good enough, and you're happy to and welcome to stay here. You may want the hamstring added. So if so, extend your right leg, reach your right heel to the ceiling, and breathe. Just for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Place the foot down. Cross the knee. Press into your right foot. Lift your hips over to the left. We'll just take a moment, spiral stretch here. Remember to uncross if it's a little too tight, a little too strong with the knees, the legs crossed. Take one more breath and then bring it back to center. Uncross your legs and let the legs go downstream. Standing right, then left, left, then right. Let the legs release and just open. Bring the arms by your side, palms up. We're going into Shavasana for just a few minutes. Feel the weight of your heels. Feel the weight of your legs supported by the mat. Feel the hollow of your belly. Feel the ribs spread center to side, back ribs. Feel the shoulders resting on the mat. Feel the back of the head. The work is over. Take one more inhale here together, bringing in all the positive. And the exhale to let go of all the negative, the stress, the week's work, and Shavasana. Bring a little movement to your fingers and to your toes. Maybe let that movement come into your arms and your legs a little bit, a little shake, a little wiggle. Perhaps you bring your arms overhead and do a full body stretch, almost like we started. And then you can come to one side, kind of curling in, and using the strength of your arms to push yourself up. And perhaps join me in a seated position. You can let your hands rest on your knees as we did earlier, palms up to receive. You can bring your hands to heart center if that feels right. I invite you to close your eyes, but please keep them open if that is a better choice. Let's take one more breath together. Inhale, filling up. Exhaling, let it go. Thank you everyone for joining me. Grateful to be here. I wish you all a very happy evening, happy weekend. Thank you.